I'm crawling naked into an unmade, messy bed late in the afternoon, skin finding patches of cool and warm as the afternoon sun runs its fingers across my flank, napping, feeling that the entire day could disappear. There are certain physical places I've only ever visited in dreams. Some of them I won't actually describe. Certain things I intend to keep to myself. Some go back to childhood, some just a few years. But when I start to dream about one of those places, I prepare myself for a certain kind of sweet pain. I will forget the whole thing for weeks and then it comes flooding back. My memory of these places is thick and viscous. It stings my skin. I crave the people inside them the way I miss friends living in other countries. The messy bed is almost one of those places. It's more a daydream place. In one version, there are long rows of twin beds with metal frames, a wooden floor, a dormer ceiling. I'm lying in my bed, blankets twisted into ropes, half on my stomach as I often sleep, one leg warm under fabric, the other prickling with chilly air. My ass hangs out into the quick air of the enormous room, dust motes swirling in the afternoon light that pours through the window. 6 mornings a week, I make my bed. I do it after I write, which I do in bed, and before I say my prayers. I smooth the blanket, closing the period of sleep, and it feels like I have opened a space of possible action, work, activity. On the 7th day, the Sabbath day of rest, I leave my bed unmade. Midday, I go out for a walk or to sit in the park, and then in the afternoon, I come home back to my unmade bed and nap half naked with the sunlight thick and hot and buttery all over my body. I turn my face into the pillow because at that hour the light is bright and coming right at me. I wake as the sun is going and I just sit there and watch the light change. I can tell you the day when I realized what it felt like to actually surrender my ass to being fucked. I came apart right there. I couldn't stop weeping. There followed a whole succession of grateful and sometimes noisy surrenders to the cocks of strangers. A messy bed is how I write. I like disordered sentences. I like a little awkwardness sometimes. I want it to be both inviting and a little off-putting. I do not trust exquisite paragraphs. They smell like a classroom to me. They do not turn me on or feel connected to anyone or anything. They smell like a Williams-Sonoma. They affirm that they are a universe fully formed and eternal. I like my paragraphs to feel temporary. The situation of an afternoon. I was there and this is how I found things. I can tell you the moment when I first really felt gay. It was my freshman year of college. I was leaving my then-boyfriend's dorm room to go meet someone in the dining hall for dinner. I had cum dried in my forehead and in my hair. And that was just the height of happiness for 18-year-old me, eating dinner with an older friend who I was just getting to know with cum crusted in my hair. I myself became the messy bed. And then, of course, there is coming home, drunk, high, rolling on some drug, a long walk, a subway ride, the first light of the day, staining the sky, closing eyes, closing blinds, waking hours later, evening, leaving the bed for the kitchen, unmade, undone, hair a mess, soft touch, affectionate kisses, another slow neighborhood walk. In the last hour, before it is night again, then the whole city is a messy bed. It undoes me, Deb Margolin says about a piece of music, Keith Jarrett's Starbright. Like gravity undoing a shoelace, like a dream can undo a bed. This isn't an essay about being fucked, although asses and surrender are pretty essential to what I'm talking about. No, it's about the littlest hairs on the body. It's about music drifting in through a window. It's about thick light, sideways light. It's about the thinning of that light. It's about the thickening of the darkness. It's about the sensation of your own skin when the sounds of life all feel very far away. It's about the shiver of cold air stroking those littlest hairs on the upper part of the thigh. It's about quiet afternoons. It's about letting sheets twist into ropes and blankets clump under a knee. It's about the stillness, about the open air of the room. What I didn't emphasize enough is that part of what I feel so tenderly about in the image of the unmade bed, in the daydream mood I think of as the dormitory, is that a window is open and there's music somewhere. That people are coming in and out of the room. Some of them are getting into bed, some getting out. We are naked with each other in a way that feels quite tender. The fluids in our bodies overhear each other. One of the great essays, I Bought a Bed by Donald Antrim. I used to believe in that kind of essay. I believed that craft could help me unlock my life, that if I squinted hard enough at the writing of people who had been published in the New Yorker, I'd learn to write that way too, and my life too would become slightly anguished, exquisitely ironic, and completely legible to myself and to the strangers I invited to pass via my writing through my life. I didn't realize that my life would spill over the lip of the cup I'd been given, that it would drip all over the floor, all over my fingers, stain the carpet, go running under the stove. That was when I still believed in great essays. That was when I believed there was such a thing as good writing. I don't believe in that anymore. I'm more interested in the sensation of being alive.